Welcome to Street Talk. I'm your host, Loretta Rose. Today we are on location in Phoenix City at the Grooming Lounge. Today is a Father's Day special, and we're about to interview a father that has been highly recommended for a spotlight. He's a single parent father, so we're going to chat with him and talk to him and just kind of honor him and encourage other fathers. So stay tuned. This is going to be a really, really great conversation. I am so excited that you're on with us today, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Welcome to Street Talk, our Father's Day special. And we're on location here in Phoenix City at the Grooming Lounge with the entrepreneur, businessman, Mr. LaVelt Stevenson. This is the Grooming Lounge. Thank you for letting us come in and put the spotlight on you.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, I like the name, the Grooming Lounge. That's very catchy.
Yeah.
And those that are watching, you're going to be mesmerized by it as well, because he has so many different great things here. And this is a cave for the artists.
Definitely.
This is a cave for the artists. You're from Phoenix City, right?
Yes, South Phoenix City.
South Phoenix City. I know all about it because that's my roots. So, and you went to high school, graduated here in the local area as well, went off to college, Central High School, went off to college, and now this makes sense. You were an art major.
Yes, yes.
Tell me where that passion came from.
My mom is an artist, so I picked it up from her. I've always been into art, so she kind of groomed me up into it. She taught me most of the things I do. Most of the things I know I learned from her, and other things I picked up along the way, but she was a big part of that.
Cool. Never ever, as many times I've seen you out in the community, known you for many, many years, but did not know you were the man behind all of this. So let the people in the community know more about the art that takes place here, because I love how you allow other artists to be able to showcase their art here.
Yes. This is my art gallery. You know, I perform my art, my craft here is barbering, but my first love was actually visual art. So now I do once or twice a month. I can get a local artist that has enough work to put on. I'll put it on my hall, and that whole hall is filled with just their work, so people can come check it out, look at it, purchase it. And I had one just before the COVID hit, and Keith Black Box Phillips was here, and we had a great time that day, a great show out. And that was the first time I actually had it. So after everything dies down, I hope to do plenty more. And
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's cool. And the reason we're having this show today is because someone contacted me with a street talk story. And the gentleman said that you need to interview this man because this man is an amazing single parent father. A lot of times in the community, we hear about single mothers. I mean, that is just well known. But to hear about single fathers and their dedication and their consistency in their children's lives, that is just something to really highlight. So the gentleman, and we'll talk about who he was that reached out to me, who he is. We'll talk about him a little later, but he reached out to me and said that how proud he is of you. And so let the community know, let us know, you're a father of how many children?
8 children.
8 children.
4 boys, 4 girls.
Oh my gosh.
Even number.
Even number. And also, I hear you're a grandfather.
One, my first grandson. He just turned on May 6th.
Oh, wow, a father of daughters and sons. Now, I know, there's a difference. How is it fathering sons versus daughters?
Very different. Very different. The boys, they start off needy, but then as they grow, they pull away, which is fine. They're still close to you, but they grow as young men, so they find their way a little bit different. Daughters, the daddy's girls, they stay close, and you love it, and it's just a different vibe having boys and girls, but the love is the same. It's the same. It's just coming from boys or girls. It's just a little bit different, but it's great either way.
Wow. You're very calm. I noticed. You've always been calm like this.
That's just my demeanor. I'm really not too up and down. I'm just pretty much.
I like that. That's all right. And that's really means a lot for your children as well too.
Yeah. They know I'm not if I really raise my voice or something, they really know I'm more upset.
Wow.
So I'm a very big disciplinarian, but I still talk more than all the hollering and screaming.
That's good. That's good.
So they can just tell from your voice. A lot of times, I think a lot of parents, if your child really knows you, just the slightest elevation of your voice lets them know what time it is. So.
Wow, that right there will help a lot of other men too. And I'm pretty sure today's show is not only going to be a blessing to fathers, but men as a whole, because not only you are a single parent father, I wonder, because I know how women can be, how we juggle a lot of things, and children, you have to guard them so well,
Yes.
And as a father, and you have daughters too. Wow, I can only imagine. But how do you balance that and have a dating life?
It's difficult. You have to have somebody. You have to find somebody that actually matches you. And at the end of the day, you still have to have somebody that can understand and deal with your children. And not saying deal with them in a negative way, but you hope and pray that they love her and vice versa.
Yes.
So that's the tough part. You still have, it's almost like a long screening process.
Right.
You don't want to bring somebody around your child or your children.
That's right.
And I'm not going to have a revolving door.
That's good.
I try to, meet people, or if I meet somebody that I feel good enough to bring around my children.
That's good.
That's something different. But as far as just everybody don't need to know where you live, everybody don't need to be at your house, and I respect that about women too.
Yes.
Like you just can't rush into somebody's household and they have children because you don't want to just be
That's right. Absolutely.
A face that they see and not see. Face they see and not see.
That's
so
good.
That's not a good thing.
And women need to hear that as well, because that is so important. And I don't think a lot of time when parents may be thinking of I want this, I want that, thinking of me, myself, and I.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think about the impact that that will have on the child. And that's what I admire about you, because you're thinking about the impact of your children.
You have to give up some things. You know, when you have children, some of the, I guess, fun or the easy aspect of being a man or a woman, you have to give up some of those. It's not as fluid as it would be before.
That's right.
There's, roadblocks in everything that you do now. So even meeting somebody, it's like sometimes you have to slow the process down, because you can't let them in that fast. You got to make sure they're worthy of being there.
Right.
Because, like I say, your children come first.
That's right.
So
That's right. So you've been an entrepreneur. You've been in this industry, barbering, I heard, since you came out of high school.
yeah, my cousin Mel Long, I'm sure everybody knows Mel.
Yes,
Abe,
we all know Mel and love Mel Long.
I got groomed by Mel, Abe, and brother Tim. Let's do Tim, Abe, Mel. They really pulled me in and put my first pair of clippers in my hand, taught me, groomed me up, made sure I did this right, that right, didn't let me do this wrong, so it was fun, and that's kind of, I picked up clippers just to do something, but then when I started doing it, I realized this is something I really love.
Right.
So Mel, Abe, and Tim are like very, very big, very big in my life, far as somebody getting me started in barbering.
Wow. And it's amazing how you had that mentorship, and now you're doing that for others. Yes, because you have some others here that's here in the salon as well.
Yeah. I guess over the years, as much as I've received from men in my life, some are still in my life, some are not, but at the same time, I've had so many people to help me. And
That's right.
A lot of people don't respect the help that they get from other people.
That's good.
And I can honestly say there are men in this area, in this Bi-City area, that are very good men that have really groomed me, groomed other men, and are still doing it.
Right.
And it's only right that me and other men my age that got that teaching, got that grooming, should reciprocate it and give it back. And that's the only way you can you can keep your community going like that.
That's
You
right.
have to groom your men up, or your young boys a certain way, and keep it going. So
Absolutely. And that's what you're doing. You're passing it on.
I'm doing my best.
I love it. We're here at the Grooming Lounge with Mr. LaVelt Stevenson, the owner. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk to him about being a father, a single parent father. And then also he has boys. So we want to talk to him about what kind of conversations he's having with his sons also during this time that we're living. You're watching Street Talk. We'll be back after this.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
We're back here at the Grooming Lounge with LaVelt Stevenson. It is a Father's Day special, and we're here having a conversation with him because he's a single parent father. And oftentimes we get to hear the stories of single parent mothers, but we don't get to hear it a lot from fathers, and there's so many out there. So you're actually being a voice for the single fathers. It's more out there, but we don't get to hear of them. And I appreciate the gentleman that shared with me your story. So how has being a father or a mother, it changes your life. But being a single parent father, how has that changed your life, or what have you learned that you didn't know before?
The biggest thing is just realize it's just not you. And decisions that you make really do affect more than just you. Just driving up the street, speeding, running a red light. You can get a ticket, you can get in an accident, and that's going to affect them. Because anything that you do affects your children, negative or positive. So you have to just really think about the things that you're doing anytime something's going on.
Well, I've learned, as I've been communicating with you, again, you're very calm and you're very inspirational. Where do you draw that strength from to be like that?
It's Father's Day, but I have to say my mother, grandmother, and my uncle. He's deceased now, but he was always just even keel. He was a smiling face all the time, great father, but it never went up and down. I always knew what to expect, and I think that's a big thing with me. Meeting people, communicating with people, I want to be the same person all the time, and I really expect and want the same thing. You don't know how to gauge people if they're different all the time.
That's right.
But as long as it's genuine, and I think that's just me anyway. I'm not really too up and down.
Wow, you said a mouthful right there because that is so true, and I think that's why your children love you so much too. I believe because I heard all your children just love you. And I hear that you're very, very involved with your children. And that says a lot because you were sharing with me, it means a lot, you go home and they want to just be around you. And that says a lot about you as a father.
Yeah, I have movie nights that I have a bed full of children, so we lay up there and watch TV, watch movies. Like my youngest, he's 6, and that's my sous chef. He helps me cook everything. Like, he wants to mix, he wants to do this, he wants to grill, he wants to learn why I do this to the grill. So it's like,
that's good.
It's a teaching moment, and it's like things that I appreciate because as a young man, I got some of that, but I love to share it back with mine. And it's different from receiving it, but then you turn around and look at a room of children and they staring at everything you do, and they really are enjoying the moment that they're having with you, and that's like the best part because when you can have that much fun just in the kitchen.
Yes.
And you don't have to be at a Disney World
right.
or six, but it's that much pleasure they get from being with you. And a lot of parents, are trying to find their children. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I do know that my children love me. And
Absolutely.
I think a lot of children want that same kind of love from their parents. And I'm not saying who or what, but my whole point is you spend the time, you talk to them, you're always consistent, you're there for them, you have a listening ear, you're a positive voice.
That's very good.
So, and then you learn from them too, because, hey, my daughter helped me a lot on these social sites. And
yes, tell me about it.
And, I'm not a guru, but my son, between my oldest two, my son
yes,
and my daughter,
they teach us a lot.
Oh yeah, or they just do it for me.
Yes. Well, what would you say to fathers that are out there? Because there are probably some fathers out there want to be able to be in the position where you are, to be able to have that liberty. But we're gonna be honest. Every man don't have that privilege.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
What would you say to them to encourage them to still try to do their best to be involved?
As a parent, you can't quit. And if you want to be in your children's life, you have to keep fighting. You have to keep doing what you have to do. And I'm not going to get into the bad parts of relationships, but everybody knows they're out there. So, take what you can get.
That's good.
If you have a significant other, somebody, a mother that only allows you an hour, take the hour. Try to make the best out of it and do what you have to do until you can get more time or allow more time or can definitely solidify more time where there's no issue. But just always be there. Just fight for that time, because you can't get that back. Anytime you can get, you get it, but you can't get time back that you don't have.
Wow.
So, just stay consistent, stay fighting for them, stay in their life, let them know you're there.
That's well said, because even though it may not look like it, but the children, they recognize what's happening. And I love what you said, fight for your children. Fight for your children, men. Because we, as women, will naturally do that. I can't speak for all women, but me,
Yeah.
I'm going to fight for mine.
Exactly.
But men, sometimes they give up, I think.
You know, it's the way the system is set up. It's hard for a man to
That's true.
win.
Keep it real. That's true.
And you know, it's hard. You know, you get a lot of days that you don't hear what you want to hear. But as men, and I try to preach that to my boys, as a man, you learn early, you hear the word no. So when you hear no, that doesn't mean the door's closed. That just means you have to find another way.
Wow, that's good.
So, you know, you just have to keep pushing. And like, if you want your children, you love your children, you know, do what you have to do.
That's true. Something else you said that has stuck with me when I had a conversation with you preparing for this interview. I mentioned to you about where do you get that tenacity to just have so much energy to work all day, go home, be involved with your children, and just love, you enjoy being a father. And you said flip the script, as if, you know how what women normally do. And then you say, even on Mother's Day, women, get all these very different accolades and always getting all of these acknowledgments and things like that. But a lot of time the men don't get that. And I was asking him, what keeps you motivated? And you were just pretty much telling me that you just do it.
Just do it. Like, the children are the gift. You know, so it's not about a commercial saying a Father's Day sale or this or that. You know, I could really care less. But I grew up with a very positive, strong family, and over time, everybody knows you lose family, for whether it's
That's true.
age or people move, whatever the case may be. But the family was always big and close. But now it's a new generation, so it's a big thing about me trying to make sure my children and family know that we're going to keep going. And I want my children to know that you can have friends, but you have to have family first. So the only way you can instill that, you have to be there.
Yes.
You have to do the certain things. You have to work. You have to go to school. You have to encourage them. You have to keep them going positively.
Right.
So that's something that's instilled in them. And they can continue.
That's right.
So.
Well, you say you have 4 girls and 4 boys. Recently the world has been shaken by the loss of Mr. George Floyd.
Yes.
Everyone knows his name now. The world has been shaken up by his tragic loss of life. Having 4 boys, how are you having conversation with your boys? Your African American boys.
The difference is I've had these discussions before. So I guess my thing is it's early preparation. You know, you shouldn't wait as a parent to prepare your child for something that happens now.
Yes.
You know, so I'm not saying like all the other situations that happened prior to this that led up to this, they know about that too.
Yeah.
So this situation is just turn a switch that I think us as black people needed to have turned on. But with your children, you have to talk to them early. That's just a part of teaching a young man to be a man.
That's good.
What you expect, your respect, how you talk to other men, how you look them eye to eye, how you shake their hand, how you present yourself. And no matter what the situation is, you shouldn't be afraid to do that.
That's right.
And, paying attention to their surroundings, understanding people, because I don't want to knock every police officer, because
That's
I
right.
know a lot of police officers personally that are good friends
Good.
of mine.
Yes.
Very, I grew up with them, know them, and I know they'll be there for me as a friend, but as a police officer and do what they need to do.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you have to teach your children to look at people and gauge what's going on at that moment.
Be aware.
Because everybody's not there for you. No matter what, and that goes into every aspect of life. You have many people that come and shake your hand and they aren't looking out for your best interest. So, you have to teach them just be mindful. Be mindful
Absolutely.
of what you're doing, because some of the
That's
things
good.
you do are the cause and the reaction of
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. But you have to. It's bad that you have to go to the point where you're letting them see what's happening.
Right.
Because I know when we were children, you really want to shelter your children from some of the things, but now you can't.
You can't, exactly, because I know I was very sheltered.
Yeah.
I was very sheltered. During our time growing up, there's a lot we didn't get to see. But the reason I ask you that, because a lot of young boys are asking questions that some parents can't even answer.
They have to talk to them.
But they got to talk to
They
them.
have to. And,
Yeah.
and like I said, that's what I said earlier. For is being an open door. You have to have an open door policy with your children.
That's good.
Because
That's
if
good.
you gotta think, if they can't come to you, they may go to somebody else with the wrong answer.
With the wrong answer.
And
Yes.
so if they go to their wrong answer, get that wrong answer, but they couldn't get the right one from
Yes. Yes.
you, how are you gonna feel when something happens?
Yeah.
When you didn't talk to them, when you didn't let them know,
Yes.
when you didn't take the time.
I love that. And the reason I want you to share that, because as we're getting ready to go into another break, I want you to look in that camera and speak to men that's probably not even there in their son's life. Because some of them are trying to find a leader, a mentor, a MVP. See, you're your children's MVP.
Definitely.
You're their role models. Every child hasn't been fortunate to have that. But every man that is a father can make the difference and stand up and be that voice for them. So I'm going to let you encourage some fathers that may be watching this Father's Day special. It doesn't matter what you have, whether you work or don't work. It doesn't require a whole lot to just be authentic and be available and be patient and just talk to your children.
Definitely.
We're going to let you take us into a break. Just encourage them.
Fathers, definitely talk to your children. Talk to your boys, talk to your girls. Be there for them. Always keep that open door policy. Always show them love as much as you can. Correct them. Groom them. Make sure they know right from wrong. It doesn't matter what you have. The biggest thing is being there, speaking to them, being there for them. And it doesn't matter if they're your biological children. If you're in their life, be a father to them. If you don't know how to, it's still other men that you can communicate with to get tips, to learn. And I think that's the biggest thing as far as us men. A lot of times we don't communicate with each other. It's like we're scared to show we don't know something. But that's a terrible move not to actually talk to somebody. If you have other men in your life that can help you through a process, help you, tell you something that you might need to tell your son or your daughters, just talk to them. Don't be afraid to, because hey, at the end of the day, we're all they have. And you have to be a father. Mothers doing what they can, but we are still supposed to be the fathers, the men. So strive to be that. Do that. Don't be afraid to. Make moves, make situations, make decisions that you have to be a father and take care of the children and be there for them. It'll definitely be a benefit to them later on in life.
I love it. I love it. I love what you said. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to move. Wow. We're going to take a final break and we'll come back and we're going to chat.
Oh, sweetheart. Can I give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Grandfathers, fathers that are standing in the gap for other children, bonus fathers. Happy Father's Day to all of you. We appreciate you and we love you and need you. Thank you so much. And we have just enjoyed just kind of spotlighting LaVelt Stevenson here at the Grooming Lounge and just telling him thanks for the father that he is. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're making a tremendous difference, and sometimes it may not seem like you seeing it, but I promise you, you will see it as your children continue to grow. Now, you service not only men but women too, and since in children, and I heard since this pandemic, your women clientele has increased.
Well, it increased once I really relocated to this spot because I do strictly appointments.
Okay.
But the dynamics of the barbershop has really changed. You know, when we grew
That's
up,
true.
you only saw men, sons, fathers, uncles, grandfathers. And you didn't see women will bring their boys and they'll go back outside. They never stayed inside. But as our black women have gotten more in touch with being natural, not being scared to cut their hair, embracing the designs, the shortcuts, the weight. I have a lot of women that come, but I think they come too because true enough, the service that I provide, but it's on appointment, so they don't have to be in the barbershop with a lot of men.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women have never liked that part. But
Yeah.
being here, one appointment, appointment time, and
That's
it's just
good.
only them. They like it, so I've had a lot more women coming out.
I like that too. You get that individualized attention.
Get your
I
personal
like that. That's good. So appointments here, and again, we're gonna have some of this artwork throughout the show because I think that's pretty amazing. I love it, and you're so positive.
That's the only way I know to be.
That's good. I love that, and the energy is very positive. When you come. Now, the gentleman that contacted me about the Street Talk special, Mr. Coach Ephesian Long.
Big guy.
Yes, the GOAT.
Big guy.
Yes. And he is a mentor, community activist in the community. And he contacted me and was just admiring your leadership as a father in your children's lives, and then just as a man in the community and a business owner. I imagine that is very gratifying.
Very,
For
very,
you.
very. That's somebody that has been in my life for so long, and he's, like I said, he's always been positive, and he's always been uplifting and tough, like you say, that tough love, his big thing is you're going to be a man. You're not going to be soft. I'm not saying anything about anybody, but my point is he always makes you push and fight and understand that you just can't submit or just take what somebody gives you. If you want more, you have to go and get it. And that's what I love, how he's still with the young boys now. He works them out, and he instills that in them, and they love him. Like, I love him to death, but you can see the young guys love him too.
Yes.
I cut some of my hair, and they talk about Coach Fiji, Coach Long, Coach, and you can just tell in their voice and the way that spirit is, they love him. So he's a great person.
Yes, and we appreciate him because he is a true servant leader, and he loves what he does. And just like you said, the children love him. The teenagers, the young adults, they love him. They love him because he's real, and that's real, genuine love, and they know it when they see it.
And he's consistent.
As
As long as you've known him, he's been the same.
Wow.
So that's the whole thing about it. If a man can be consistent, he respect men like that. Like I said, you want to be the same. You can't be wishy-washy.
That's
and
right.
He is Ephesian Long, 24/7,
Yes.
365. That's him. And I
Yes.
think he's the same when he sleeps. That's him.
That says a lot. I wanted to at least let you know that about where this came from, this highlight came from. If you could tell Ephesian Long and some of the other men that have poured into you, I want to allow you to be able to say what you would like to say to them.
First of all, I love all of you. Every man that has came into my life, showed me, taught me, been tough on me, pushed me in the right direction, wouldn't let me go in the wrong direction. Just have been very positive. I thank you, I love you, and I appreciate you so much. I can't express it any more than that. You guys are, everything that has helped me become the man that I am now. And, from my father, grandfather, uncles, you guys are still a very big part of that. I can add you into the equation, and there's no, I can't say enough to just say how much all of you guys have meant and helped me be the person I am.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we appreciate you, and this has been a wonderful show. I want you to share your contact information if people want to make appointments or if they want to come and display their art here.
Exactly.
Because, this is an art gallery too.
Well, I'm on Stadium Drive. My shop is called the Grooming Lounge, Suite B. You can contact me on Facebook, Instagram. I use the Style Seat app to book my appointments. So if you pull up Style Seat, it's a free app on your phone. You find my name and you can go and book it. If you're on Instagram and you find me, you can actually hit the book button under my profile information and it'll take you straight to Style Seat. So if you want to check out my work, go to Facebook, LaVelt Stevenson, go to Instagram, LaVelt Barberman73 on Instagram, and those are my ways of contact and ways to book my appointment. So I hope to see you soon in the Grooming Lounge. Happy Father's Day, fathers.
Yes, wonderful. Well, thank you. And also, you hook up one of my homegirls way back in the day, Michelle. Shout out to her.
It's done now.
Yes, when you go on his social media sites, you'll see all the various designs. You're so artistic with your work. Now it makes sense because I didn't know you had all of this creativity a part of you.
You gotta make it. I made this spot. Me. This is what I like. This is what I do. I love art. I love the inspiration. I like to give people what they need sometimes. And it's amazing the job that I do. You have people come in and just the conversation that you can have. Some people sit around and look at the walls and they leave out with a haircut, but they leave out with their spirit in a different way. They walk out in a better place.
Yes.
And if you could do that with something that you love, because I don't feel like this is a job. This is something I do. I love doing it, so I never have an issue about coming to work.
Yes.
But when you can actually see the person's face and their whole demeanor change just because you have 30 minutes of time with them talking to them, looking around your room, it makes a big difference. It's very, it's very gratifying.
Absolutely. And as we're getting ready to close out, I'm looking at something in front of me. Let's do this. So we're going to turn this camera to this sign that I am looking at, and it say, let's do this, because I want fathers that are watching this show and you want to see something different as a father. Let's do this. I know today's show, LaVelt Stevenson's interview, is going to inspire you and to help you to know that you too can do this. Let's do this. Thank you again for tuning in to today's show. This is a Father's Day special here on Street Talk. You've been watching it here on cable TV.